Hello, welcome. I'm a minute early. Hank will be here soon. We just finished recording the podcast. We had a great time. We talked about the phrase, not my circus, not my monkeys. And we talked about a person named Anna Turney.
Ooh, yeah.
That was pretty good.
We had a good old time.
We had a great time. I ate too much for lunch.
You did? Yeah. I didn't. I had a nice, satisfying lunch.
I did. I ate too much for lunch, but that's okay.
Can I tell you a story, John?
Yeah, please.
When I was in right after college, I got a job and I worked at a fungicide laboratory.
I remember.
And my job was to basically test how well the farms were applying fungicide to their fruits.
Yeah.
And to tell them whether they were doing a good job or not.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would send me their fruits. And among the fruits were many fruits that I had before, but also included in the fruits were fruits I had never had before, particularly certain kinds of cherries. So when I was growing up, a cherry was a maraschino cherry. Basically, that was all cherries.
Yep.
And it turns out that there's all kinds of fresh cherries that are really delicious fresh fruits. And I had never had them before. They sent them to me, and I would do my quality control assays on them, and then I would eat all the fruits that that I was given.
Oh wow, good for you.
Why wouldn't I throw them? Why would I throw them away? And I fell in love with cherries. I just they were so good, and I had lived my whole life without knowing about cherries. And so when I moved to a place where cherries grow, which is I live in cherry world now, so if you buy cherries in the Pacific Northwest, sometimes those come from around here.
Yep.
And we got a cherry tree. I've had this cherry tree in our yard the whole time we've lived here, which is over 10 years. And it has produced probably in the whole of its existence, like maybe 50 cherries.
Sure. Yeah, I know it's not been a very successful cherry tree.
No.
I remember when you were doing chemo and you couldn't be in the house with us. We would sit in the shade of that cherry tree.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then we would be competing with the birds and the squirrels for the very few cherries that were made on this tree. And so we would always eat the cherries early before they were totally ripe, just to get some. This year, I don't know what happened. We have 40 pounds of cherries on this tree. We have
40 pounds,
like 1,000 cherries.
It's wonderful.
And we've been eating them for weeks, and it's just hit like the point where some of the cherries on the branches are starting to go past ripe.
Yeah.
So we have to harvest all the cherries. We had a bunch of people over, harvested cherries, giving cherries away, eating cherries like crazy, freezing cherries, just full of cherries all the time. They're so good. And this is the first time that I've actually had them ripe, because I always eat them early to compete with the squirrels. And now the squirrels are full. They have their fill every day. We have our fill every day. The birds are having their fill. We are just loaded, and everybody in the neighborhood's getting cherries from us. It's so fun, and they're so good.
That's great. That's great. I have had the worst garden year ever with my mom, also your mom. Just terrible, because we put in new soil and the soil was all the wrong pH. And so the plants are just struggling. So we're trying to amend the soil, but that is also a lot of work. And then we've also got some bugs eating the pepper plants, and it's just a nightmare. It's stressing mom out a lot. And when mom gets stressed, I get stressed by proxy. Happy to answer questions in the chat. And but while you're formulating your questions,
can I tell them my news?
Yeah, please.
So I'm writing a book about cancer.
Yeah.
And part of this process is that you have to get your letter from your editor that tells you what's wrong with the book.
Yeah.
And I got my letter today.
Right.
And it's terrifying.
Oh, it's the worst. I mean, we have the same editor, so I know it's the worst.
Yeah, John, I was complaining about the fact that it had not come in. And then it came in like an hour later, and I said, I got my letter. And John said, okay, now just be ready to cry.
Yeah.
And I'm not crying.
Yeah.
But I got my work cut out for me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, first off, my condolences. I've gotten a lot of those letters over the years, and they're brutal. Julie Strauss-Gable writes a good editorial letter, but the day that you get it is not an easy day.
Yeah, she's not messing around.
Yeah. So, but you'll get the work done, and the book will be better as a result of it, and all that stuff. But that day, I don't implement any changes that day. I just kind of suck it up for that day anyway. Electro Joy asks how my event was yesterday. Right, I did a live stream, and then I drove directly to an event here in Indianapolis at the Pike township. It was an anti-censorship event hosted by the Indiana Library Federation. It was good. It was great. Librarians are the best, and there was a lot of librarians in the crowd, so it was easy for me. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Great.
Yeah.
Somebody else asked, my question is 10 years? Yeah, man, you can have a cherry tree for 10 years.
Yeah.
You can plant a cherry tree when you're 35 years old. And the tree's older than that because it was like a tree when I planted it. It wasn't like a seed. So I don't know. I don't actually know how cherries happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 10 years, man. Hard work.
I love iced coffee. It's hot. Oh, 10 years is about the pod. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing the pod for 10 years. And Peyton says that she likes my glasses. I did get new glasses. It's my first progressives, so I can't read your text when I'm down here, but I can when I'm up here. Hank, do you have progressives, or do you just look over your glasses?
This one's, I just looked at my glasses. This is a live one to celebrate 10 years. I knew that. Everybody could see this.
Oh, there we go. Everybody knew that.
Everybody knew that.
I wish I could rename myself.
From Vlogbrother, I named myself a peanut butter latte, and I really have no reason why.
Yeah, everybody was asking about that, but edit name and headline. There we go.
You can do it yourself?
10-year veteran of Dear Hank and John.
Nice. Oh, someone else named. Oh, nice.
There you go. There you go.
Good for you. And I'm just a peanut butter latte.
And you're just a peanut butter latte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't believe we've been doing Dear Hank and John. Do you remember when we planned Dear Hank and John? Do you remember where we were when we decided to do it?
Yeah, in North Carolina.
We were at our parents.
And I remember saying to you, I think it's too late. I think we missed the podcast boom.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that way now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, really know where Dear Hank and John is in its like history, in its landscape. I don't know.
No idea how many people listen to Dear Hank and
No
John.
idea.
Couldn't guess.
I don't know if it goes up or down or
Nope. It could be 10,000, could be 100,000. Probably not 1 million, but like I have no idea how many people listen to Dear Hank and John. I know how many patrons we have, which is great.
I don't know that either.
Well, I'll tell you right now, because that actually I can look up.
Happy Canada Day, everybody.
Oh, is it Canada Day, July 1st?
Maybe.
4,435 patrons. Not bad. Not bad.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I remember we used to have people. So yeah, I remember the and we had never listened to them. Like we did not know who the McElroy brothers were.
Nope.
And we were like, what if we do a brother advice podcast, but the advice, like, we'll just like say up front that the advice isn't gonna be good.
And then we started listening to the McElroy brothers because people were like, you guys are like a bad version of the McElroy brothers. And then we were like, oh no, we're like a bad version of the McElroy
Yeah, no,
brothers.
I was pretty embarrassed about it at first. Yeah. We wanted before we had Mars and AFC Wimbledon, the segment, and we thought about this being the whole podcast.
Yeah.
By the way.
Right.
Was This Week in Ryan's.
No. That's incorrect. We had the idea for Dear Hank and John being an advice podcast that ends with the news from Mars and AFC Wimbledon from the very beginning. This Week in Ryan's emerged when that person named Ryan wrote in and said, hello, my name is Ryan, Ryan, and then said their name Ryan like 4 times. And then we made a joke about it. And then Ryan's became a thing.
But we did do This Week in Ryan's.
Yeah. We had a Patreon only podcast.
That was the Patreon only podcast where we talked about a different Ryan every
week. Yeah.
And that had a number of issues with it. Specifically, one of them being there's not enough Ryans. And second, they're all guys almost.
A lot of guys. It's heavy on the guys.
Uh-huh.
Hank, why is your music no longer on Spotify?
The company that did that, DFTBA canceled its contract with them.
Okay.
And was like, we're doing this. We have to cancel our contract with this company. So you'll need to use some other way of getting your music on Spotify. And I was like, gotcha. That's going on a very long list of things to do.
Yeah.
So that's the story there.
So it'll be back on Spotify at some point.
At some point. I don't know how to do it.
No, I mean, you mean you're talking to me?
I don't know.
I just got bifocals. You think I know how to get bifocals? You think I know how to put music on Spotify?
I need to get bifocals so bad. I was like reading the Mars news just now, and I was like, okay, and I'm so far away from the computer.
It takes a while to get used to them, and I've had them for about a week, and I'm not used to them.
Are they
and I get annoyed because it has 3 different focal points. Like it has the long focal point, the medium focal point, which I'm using right now, and then the reading focal point, which is down here. And it is so nauseating. Like it reminds me of when I had labyrinthitis. It's not as bad as that, but it reminds me of that a little bit, except I can take off my glasses, right? Like, so like I don't have labyrinthitis now. And if I just don't move my eyes, I don't have labyrinthitis, but like if I move them this way and this way, then I'm like, bleh. So it's hard to get used to, but it's totally worth it because otherwise, like I can't read. I can't read in bed anymore. I have to read like this, like with the book this close to my eyes.
And like one eye closed.
Yeah.
John, do you know the Psychotangents lore about minions being full of piss?
No.
Okay. Well, that's a piece of lore that you need to know for the next part of the sentence, which is that Universal Studios has introduced line catheters that look like minions so that you can pee without getting out of the line.
You're kidding.
Yes.
Okay.
But that was a joke on Wait, Don't Tell Me this week. And it was weird because we have this Minions lore about minions being
minions are just full of pee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they can't pee, so they just fill up.
Do you miss making Psychotangents?
Oh yeah, I do. But I also don't miss having I also very much enjoy having some extra time to do stuff.
Right. And also like it was not breaking even, which is a problem.
Yeah, we couldn't make it make money.
Couldn't get to that break even point.
Yeah. Someone asks if I've thought about corrective eye surgery. No. First of all, it doesn't fix the problem that I have.
Yeah, mine neither.
So I could get it so that I could see far away better. I actually, at this point, I don't think I could. I think there's like an age at which they don't suggest you do it anymore. And I think I've passed that age. But the problem that we have is close up. And that's a problem of the lens being too stiff and the muscles that control the lens being too weak.
From being old.
And that doesn't fix that. Like, it's not that the lens is wrong. It's that I no longer can stretch and squeeze it the way that I used to be able to.
Yeah. Literally my muscles, my eye muscles, the other muscles around my eye have atrophied, resulting in me not being able to do. And this happens to everybody when they're 45. So like what you can do is if you can get corrective, if you like our dad got cataract surgery a few years ago. And in the process, they fixed his eyes so he could see a lot better. And now he mostly only wears reading glasses, although now he's starting to wear regular glasses too. But yeah, what they told me was it's better to get progressives. Lots of people are upset that your music is not on Amazon Music and Spotify, just so you know, Hank. I understand that it's not a priority, that there's a lot going on, but I'm just telling you.
So there's a high number of things
of people who are upset about this.
Okay. People like the music.
Ryan says I actually am Ryan, which is something that a Dear Hank and John fan would say who wasn't named Ryan.
Yeah, how do we know, though?
Exactly.
I had a fun time with the podcast today, John. I think we did a good job.
Ryan Hart says the repeated Ryans was only Hank. Ryan only said his name once. So actually it was Hank's fault. John, how was Shrimp Day 2025? So crazy story about Shrimp Day.
Shrimp Day? Do you know I'm allergic to shrimp now?
No. Since chemo?
Huh?
No. Yeah. Cancer made you allergic to shrimp?
Mm-hmm. But it may have cured my ulcerative colitis, which is a deal I will take.
Have you had a colonoscopy since then?
I just got one, and I have not been on medicine for 2 years, and it was a clinically normal colon.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess that isn't worth it.
They wouldn't do it
if you didn't have cancer.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it to achieve that outcome.
Because does it not always work? Is that why? Or
it often does not work.
Okay.
And then additionally, it is
chemo
a pretty bad thing to do to your body for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people have to have their colons removed or there's ulcerative colitis is a very serious illness.
Yeah. And there was a medicine I was on for a long time that actually is a chemotherapy drug. It's just usually when it's chemotherapy, it's given in much higher doses than I was taking it.
Ryan says they legally changed their name to Ryan because of the pod, but
That sounds very unlikely.
And if it's true, I mean, it's incredibly impressive. And thank you for your support.
Absolutely.
On
and
Patreon
it could be true.
And otherwise.
Could be true. People change names.
So you don't have ulcerative colitis anymore, but you do have a shrimp allergy. The story of Shrimp Day is that every year on June 26th, we make Alice eat a shrimp.
Right.
Mostly in fear of her developing a shrimp allergy, but also because we all think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And so we have a great time. And this year, Alice was gone for Shrimp Day. She was in North Carolina with her grandparents. And so she didn't eat shrimp. So now we're holding it over her head. We're telling her we're going to do it on July 4th. So this year, Shrimp Day was delayed to July 4th is the short answer.
Man, I kind of miss shrimp. I really miss like crab and lobster.
Do you?
I do. That was actually one of the first things I had after chemo. Maybe this is part of the problem. I special ordered like lobster rolls to celebrate.
Wow.
And then I felt pretty sick, but I was just finishing chemo and I was like, that's normal. And then I had shrimp and grits like 2 weeks later and I felt like I got really pukey.
Did you get any other good side effects?
I don't have any more gray hair. Zero gray. I used to have some gray and now I have none.
So you're telling me, and I don't want to do it.
And I have more facial hair.
Oh, really? You have thicker beard hair?
Still still comparatively thin compared to you or any normal man.
Wow. No. Don't say that. There's lots of ways of being normal.
Yeah. I don't have cancer anymore. Someone points out.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
That's important. The lack of cancer is key.
Yeah. Chemo definitely does not de-age you. In fact, the aging markers increase dramatically during chemo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So like your like genetic age or whatever is higher as a result of it?
Yeah. You have a higher like inflammation score. You have higher lower testosterone, usually, oftentimes, like all these things that go along with aging. I have thinner hair.
Do you really?
I do, but not substantially.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look great. And the most important thing from my perspective is not having cancer. Yes,
that's a big win.
That was stressful.
Someone asked about our Quadracon training. I really think we should do another Quadracon. We're gonna be in the same place soon.
When would be the year? No, I can't do it soon. I've got to train.
You got to train?
Yeah.
Well, what if we do a purely non-physical Quadracon?
What, would we play chess? I don't
know.
Maybe
like table tennis or like
that's physical.
I know, but like I'm just saying, like no like push-ups or something.
Tetris?
Oh well, if we're gonna do Tetris, we should do push-ups. Just so that I can get a win.
Because you're gonna win Tetris. I'm not that good at Tetris.
I've not at all good at Tetris.
I mean, everybody's good at Tetris. You just line.
Are you bad at chess? How good at you are you at chess?
I know how the pieces move.
Yes,
and I get mated within like 6 moves every time.
We should do chess then, because like I feel like we like
I have
no idea how to play chess.
I have no ability to see into the future, and so every time I get and somebody suggests Mario Kart as well. Yeah. Every time I get mated, I'm utterly stunned. Like the person will be like checkmate, and I'll be like, no way, no, it's barely
where'd that
even
come
check.
From? Yeah. I have a very hard time. Like, I bet if we play chess together.
All right, let's play now.
No. That's going to take 45 minutes.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, because neither of us is going to mate each other because we have no idea how to do it.
Well, also we don't know how to screen share right now.
No, I mean, I actually could, but
yeah, let's play chess, man.
No. Because
won't take that long.
I promise you, neither of us will win. We'll just mess around and we won't be able to figure out how to get the king in the situation it needs to be in.
Daniel is a chess coach. No, Hank, no,
I never know.
I never know. Do not last that long. No matter how bad you are.
They last a long time, especially if you don't know how to actually do the end game part of it.
All right. Everybody wants us to play chess, and it's hurting my feelings that you don't want to play.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great when we do it.
Okay.
But I do not think that it will be done quickly if we do this.
Okay.
And I think I don't want to leave these people hanging.
All right. You want to play Time Guesser?
I'll play Time Guesser. I know how long that takes.
Show me how to play Time Guesser.
Oh, on my computer?
Let's play right now.
Okay.
Oh, well, we could play each other on the daily Time Guesser. That's a great idea.
let's play each other.
Mostly non-physical Quadracon with some push-ups and maybe some.
I would be good. I'll give you some time because I think that it's funner if we have some physical events like caber tossing, which was great.
Which tossing?
Caber tossing. We threw a big stick.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I mean that's fine. I don't need to like get in shape to do caber tossing. Let's just do the Quadracon. That sounds fun.
Okay. Well,
but let's play Time Guesser right now.
Okay, we're gonna play Time Guesser right now. Are you gonna play on your computer?
No. You play, and I'm gonna watch it when you present.
Okay, but I thought you wanted to compete.
No. I want to play with everybody in comments.
Okay, great. Let's do that then.
And then but no Googling. That's the rule. No Googling, no cheating. Just using your skills.
That's right. Of course. Okay. My question is:
do not let them toss the real caber, Jesus Christ. Okay.
No. I'm not going to toss a real caber.
I don't even know what a real caber is.
I think this is significantly heavier than you might imagine. Okay. This is going to take me a little second to set up.
Okay, I can just do it then.
No. What do you mean? You can do it?
Yeah. Watch this. Time Guesser, and then share screen.
Oh, there's a share screen option.
Allow Time Guesser share.
I didn't realize.
Did that work?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to play. Ready? We're going to play the daily.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize that the system allowed
Wow,
for such
look at
things.
Me being the technologically savvy one.
Ooh.
All right, let me zoom in here.
Is that the Arc de Triomphe?
Could be. Looks like it. Let's go down here. Sometimes there's a big clue in the corner.
Or is it the Brandenburg Gate? No, that's just a serial number. It's the year 130,000.
13,101. Yeah, 131,084. Good old one. When we went back to
we've moved back in time a lot in the last 100,000 years.
Okay, let's see here. So I don't know what arc that is, but that would be very helpful to know if anybody recognizes.
Is it the Brandenburg Gate or is it the Arc de Triomphe?
Does anybody in comments recognize it, Hank?
It's not Berlin.
It's not Berlin.
It's 1945 Paris.
I think is it 1945 Paris?
No, I think
these are 1939 Paris.
Yeah, these are. Well, I think these are World War I hats.
World War I hats. 1918
bayonets.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe not. They look like Teddy Roosevelt, right?
1918. I'm going 1918. If I can figure out how to get out of this.
People think it's the Arc de Triomphe and they think it's World War I. 1917, middle of Paris.
How do I get to the actual part where I guess?
You gotta go over.
Daily. There we go.
Okay.
Paris. That's in France.
It is in France.
Every time I say France, I say it like my aunt. 1918.
Well, there's still some argument. Some people still think it's World War II.
I think it's World War I. I really do.
Well, but not 1917 though, because that would be in the middle of the war.
1918, end of the war, coming home. 10 years off.
Ooh, it was way after the war.
They were just Day showing celebrations off. In 1928.
They were just showing off.
Well, we did get the location very close, so that's good. This is a picture of the president of the Republic of Uganda, which is a big hint. Since we're obviously in his house, it would seem.
Yeah, I bet that's somewhere near the middle of the capital city of Uganda.
We got this guy.
What's the year vibe from this guy? I'm getting 1990 something.
I like it when they're on their smartphones. I find that helpful. And sometimes we've got electricity and color photography, so we're talking about fairly recently, and the Republic of Uganda, which didn't exist until like the 60s.
No phones, but these
no idea about the date.
The suits
feel pretty contemporary to me.
Contemporary-ish, yeah.
Like 2014 at the earliest. Now we're going to find out that I don't really know.
Yeah, this is always the most embarrassing part of Time Guesser, where you're like, wait a second, where is this country?
I know isn't Uganda in the south? Oh my God, now I'm embarrassing myself. Somebody tell me.
It is in the middle by the DRC, to the right of the DRC. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And Sure. Kampala.
Yeah.
Boy, I did not know where Uganda was, which is a great lesson for oneself 2014, is that what people are saying?
It's 2014. Anybody? I mean,
Anybody got a year guess?
Why are they so far apart? Social distancing.
Social distancing. Social distancing.
They are very far apart.
2020.
That's a great
2020.
point.
2020. Social distancing.
2016. They were just by chance quite far apart.
Yeah. To discuss ongoing renewed support for Somalia amid ongoing humanitarian security challenges. I mean, that's pretty tough, guys.
That's pretty tough.
Pretty tough. But we got the location right. No credit to me. All right, here we go, Hank. What are we looking at here?
1960s.
All right, let me go up here so we can. No.
Is that Canadian flag? No.
You see a Canadian flag?
I thought the CIE up here was a Canadian flag. That's how good my vision is.
O'Mara's. That makes me think that maybe furniture at Tui's. Between Tui and O'Mara, I have to think we're looking at Ireland or some kind of American.
Yeah, that woman looks very Irish.
These are some Irish people right here.
Yeah.
Oof. You know who's had a hard life?
All of these people.
This guy right here.
That guy. I think every one of these folks.
She had a rough go of it over there too. With the red hat.
She made it through.
Oof. Oof. She's seen things. What year is it, guys?
Hit me with that bus to the right.
Okay. On it. Ernie's. It's Ernie's. Just can't see the line. I like her hat.
Yeah, I feel like that's 60s, right?
I feel like it's 60s.
People are thinking
Ireland
apparently this is a Dublin bookshop. So people know about this bookshop.
Amazing. Incredible. Incredible. We'll go downtown Dublin then. What year, though?
They're thinking 1967, late 70s, 65, early 1960s. I have such a hard time with the 60s and 70s.
I'm going 1967.
Okay.
3 years off, and look how close we were.
They were on a bridge.
They were on a bridge.
You should have just looked on the bridge.
And we put ourselves in the water.
Yeah.
Very impressive. They're on a bridge in the mid 60s. So like they don't even know what year it was. Could have been 1967 for all they know.
Let's go.
All right.
We're going to get 40,000. We're going to get over 40,000. And that's winning in time.
Quite well right now. Uh-oh. Yikes.
Uh-oh. That's in the ocean.
Wait.
Can you read that? Can you read that? I can't.
It says showroom. It's in English. But I don't know what else.
Look at us. Look at us. John's working his progressives real hard right now.
This one's called Kong Fat.
That is what it looks like it says.
Which is a funny name for a ship. Not what I would call my ship.
Got some people saying Vietnam. They do speak English there some, and also Kong Fat sounds kind of Vietnamese.
I mean,
there's a flag. Somebody says there's a flag.
There's a flag, huh? Where?
I don't see it.
Oh, I think.
LK, 29P, Hong Kong.
Where's the flag?
Thailand.
Thailand.
Hong Kong speaks English.
We're definitely over in this area.
Yeah, I think Hong Kong is significantly there. It is.
Yeah, I'm finding Hong Kong, but I mean, this could be the Philippines, where there was American colonization.
Yeah,
this could be.
Kong Fat sounds Cantonese, says somebody here.
Okay, all right, we're gonna go.
So Hong Kong works for me then. You got Hong Kong, yeah.
We're gonna go Hong Kong. Let me get right there.
Well, get in the water. They're in the water. Don't put it on the.
Well, but I don't know where. I don't know.
Put it in the water. Put it in the water. Take a risk.
All right.
Just off the coast.
I'm going to say 1966.
No, I would say before that.
1956?
50s. Well, some people are saying 70s. I don't know. I just was going off of the black and white, but that can be misleading.
Yeah, it could be.
But these buildings here, they're like, if it's Hong Kong, all of this would be covered by the 80s.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to say 1960.
Okay,
so
1960.
I'm going to split the baby.
Okay, cut that baby in half.
7 years off, but only 7 miles away. Incredible.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And in fact, if you'd let me guess where I wanted to guess, we would have been even closer.
We would have. I thought you were going to click it right around there, though. You know,
great job by whoever said that sounds Cantonese.
Yes.
Harry, Gay, the Croydon. We demand what? You can get married at a Gretna Green, but we have to stop at Carlisle. We exist. Is this a
Ooh.
No guard can shut me off. No law prevent me. Oh, I think it's Sapphic Sisters. We support Sapphic Sisters, so it's some kind of LGBT early pride parade.
And these hats look like Bobby hats, but the background there was a big French word, but all these words are in English.
Bovril.
Bovril. That's not a French word.
Oh,
that's just an advertisement for bouillon.
What's Bovril mean?
I think it's bouillon.
Is this London though, or is this Ireland again?
Oh, it's like Marmite. Bovril.
Oh, so is it Australia?
Oh, someone says one of the signs says Harvey Milk.
Where?
Maybe it says HARR.
I think I see hair HARR, not HARV.
Yeah,
but I definitely think. Oh, homosexuals also have the right to work. I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah, and they did have that a lot in London. So we're gonna say that this is definitely London.
I'm tempted to say it's Croydon.
Could be Croydon. I bet it's freaking London though. I bet it's just some people from Croydon came.
I bet it is. I bet it is some. I don't even know where Croydon is. For all I know, Croydon's in.
Oh, everybody's saying it's Trafalgar Square. Like they recognize the Bovril ad.
Okay. All right. I'll try.
Do you know where
I'll try, but I mean, I couldn't find Uganda, so I can't promise I'm going to find Trafalgar Square.
Where is it, everybody? Is it in Tower Heights? It's in the city of London.
There's the Tower
it's
of
in the
London.
city of it's north side of the river.
North of the
I'm
river.
pretty sure.
There's St. Paul's Cathedral. Trafalgar Square.
Left.
Bing, bang, boom.
Yeah.
All right. What year? I'm going to say 1971. Right, 1972. I mean, were there any? I mean,
that's true.
Here's my counter argument to you thinking it might be earlier.
Yeah,
I don't think there were pride parades before Stonewall, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's got to be the 70s.
I mean, I think
if it's older because it's
72 might be early.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Okay,
2 years off, 74. Woo! Nailed it, and actually. I mean, I think they weren't quite in Trafalgar Square, but they were very close. We got 49.97. Yeah. We got 97.97 out of 10,000. Let's see how we did in our final score. 44,163. That's a very good day.
That's huge. I very rarely have beaten that score.
Well, rarely do you get to play with 1,000 people.
It's true. That does help.
All right. There we go. That was fun. What a good time. Good job, chat.
Yeah,
it's just a reminder to me that like this is a dumb metaphor, but like everything is better when you do it with a small number of people, and everything is worse when you do it with a large number of people. Like I almost think that if we like crowdsource, like maybe the Time Guesser is a bad example, but like if we tried to do that on Twitter, I just think it wouldn't have gone as well.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, Time Guesser, by the way, was invented by a nerd fighter.
It's so good.
One of the greatest joys of my life was playing Time Guesser on Livestream, and Time Guesser went down for a second, and then it came back up, and I clicked next, and it was a picture of me.
Wow.
At AFC Wimbledon, holding up a sign that said, holding up my AFC Wimbledon scarf.
That's awesome.
Me at Plow Lane. Pretty cool.
Yeah. 10 years, John. 10 years of Dear Hank and John.
What a blessing. Thanks to everybody who's been a patron. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for supporting Complexly and their important work.
Yeah. We do these streams every week every month for Patreon people.
Yeah. So thanks for being here, and we'll see you. I don't know if we'll see you later this month or next month, but either way, we'll see you soon. All right. Great to be with you. And Hank, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I got to go call Henry Ryder in Sierra Leone.
Okay. I'm going to go get a snack.
All right. Sounds good, man. Have a roll for me.
Okay. Big, what was it called?
A giant roll.
Big roll. Okay.
All right.
Very large roll. That
very
was
large roll. All right.
Okay.
Goodbye, friends.
All right. Bye, everybody.